Welcome back to Everyman Prepping. And in this video, we're going to talk about my trip I took to a local Walmart, Target, and I took some pictures of the Target shelves. Walmart's basically the same, and some of the shortages that are happening in the areas that I went to. We're going to talk about that, what it means for you, and then also in the comments below, put what shortages you're seeing in your local stores, whether it be for food or stuff you buy at Target, Walmart, or clothing, whatever. Put it down below, and we can all share. But I'm going to go over what I saw. And then the second half of the video, I'm going to go over the prepper mindset. What does it mean to be in the prepper mindset, and how do you keep going on thinking about it? So let's first go over here and go through some of these pictures I took. This is Target here, and we're in the child cold medicine area. And as you can see, there's a sign here that says, due to high demand and to support all guests, we will be limiting the quantities of infant and child pain and fever relief items to 2 per guest. So we have some rationing going on here. Walmart was the same way. As you can see, even if you wanted to buy it, it wasn't here. So that's why as preppers, in the summer, if we had the right prepper mindset, we were requiring these things then. We would purchase them when we didn't need them. That's something we'll talk about in a minute. But if you need it now, scrounge around, call people in different states if you have friends or family. Maybe they can mail you some if they have some. Figure out a way to get it, because when your child has got a fever, it's sick, and a little of this will help relieve it, you don't want to go to the emergency room. I'm not a doctor here, not playing a doctor, but if you can stay out of the emergency rooms, the better it is. It's just a nightmare right now. Doctors, nurses are overworked. Emergency rooms are packed with people. They can't be seen. People in the hallways, all over. Not a good situation. So if you could get some of this stuff and avoid that, that's what you need to do. Next, we'll go look at the adult section. So this is the adult cold and flu. Basically, you see there's some NyQuil, Dayquil, but everything else has been ransacked. Everything else is gone. Even down over here, we got the cough medicine, the cough drops and all that. It's pretty much gone, because adults and kids have RSV, the seasonal flu, the vid. They've got, it's just wintertime and people get sick, just the regular old colds. And, it's hitting people pretty hard this year. So, they're buying everything in sight. Hopefully you thought about this before and you have it stockpiled. If not, what's hurting it also is China. They're all going through the vid over there. And we know most of these medications come from there. All the 90-some% of the precursors come from China. So if they're using it all over there, it's not coming here. So, if you can get it, buy it. All right, then I wandered over to the soap aisle. This is the soap and shampoo section of Target, the Dove aisle area, but there was no Ivory, there was no Ice Spring, there was hardly anything. You can see huge gaps. Not sure why there's a shortage on soap and shampoo, but we all need to stay clean, so hopefully you have your own stockpile. I don't know then I went over to the paper areas, because the toilet paper, paper towel section during the pandemic is where everybody ransacked when everybody was getting nervous, so I wanted to check that out. And toilet paper, these are paper towels here. And as you can see, they're getting hit pretty hard. I don't know if this is happening in your area. Let me know below. Is your paper towel, toilet paper section getting hit? Here's the toilet paper area. It's pretty much empty in this section. And not only the Charmin, but also whatever this red brand over here is. It's pretty decimated. And lastly, this is the aluminum foil, plastic wrap, Ziploc bag aisle. You can see, I know it's the holidays, but I can't believe the holidays. It's been a little while. They should have been resupplied. But there's a big gap here as well. Aluminum foil, by the way, is great to have as a prepper. I would suggest going to Costco, getting the big old rolls of that stuff. You can cook stuff in it. You can make Faraday cages out of it. You can make solar cookers. You can do tons of stuff with aluminum foil. It's great stuff. Make sure you have some. So that's all the pictures I have. If you have some shortages in your areas you want to put down below, put that down below. I'll share it. If we get enough of them, you can email me at everymanprepping@gmail.com. You can email that. Once again, that was everymanprepping@gmail.com. And if I get enough or some good intel, I'll put it out in a video and we can go from there. But next, I want to talk about the prepper mindset and what that means. And if you're enjoying this video, please subscribe if you haven't done so. If you have subscribed, thank you so much. I appreciate you taking your time to do that. And everybody, if you've done it, please ring the bell so you can get notified of next videos. And, of course, share this with everybody out there. Let's get the word out and share. So what do I mean by prepper mentality? I'm talking about what the prepper has to go through to keep mentally strong, to keep prepping every day for what's going on now, but also the mentality to think about the future. Always got to be thinking the next season or 3 to 6 months away and what's going to happen, what could happen, or just what's seasonally changing, what I need to be ready for. It's something that can wear you down. It can wear on you. And sometimes you just want to take a pause. And taking a pause is fine. If you need to take a pause, take a couple of days off, a week off, a couple of weeks. If you need to recharge your mind and your batteries, go ahead and do that. But you need to get back into the prepper mentality of always thinking about what's coming next. Because if you did that in the summer, I'll give you some ideas. You wouldn't be having any shortages now of things that are hitting us now. Let me give you an example. Into summer, August, September, I was doing videos on cold medicine. Buy it now. Winter's coming. Stockpile it. You're not sick now. Your kids aren't sick now. You're probably not thinking about it. But go out and get it. If you did it, then you're looking good now. You have plenty of it. You can share some with your family if you need to because you have plenty. Also, I know a lot of people say, well, we're worried about expiration dates on the medications. Well, like I said, not a doctor here, not a scientist, but there's been some papers out by Harvard, and the government did a study themselves based on military medications. And those expiration dates might be more of a guideline as opposed to a hard stop. So do your own research, but those medications are probably good for a considerable time after that expiration date. But do your own research and make your own decision on that one. Also, in the summer, I was talking about getting wood for the winter because it's cold now, and natural gas is going to be high, propane was going to be high, might be scarce. I was talking about then, it was hot. No one's thinking about it, but I did videos, be the woodpile warlord for your neighborhood. Landscapers had tons of wood, cutting down trees, trimming. You can contact them. They'll dump it off in your yard. You can stack it. If you did that, you're looking good now. What else? Talked about cold weather prep. Do you have the right, did you buy heaters, propane, indoor heaters? Did you buy enough hats and gloves? That kind of stuff. Things you want to think about before it happens. And that's the prepper mindset. Think about things before they happen. Think in the future. So if we had to do that now, let's think about spring and summer coming up. You're going to do your daily stuff now in the winter to get through the winter, the snow, the rain, the cold, the heating. But also let's talk about and think about spring to summer. We want to acquire things we might need for spring and summer now before they're out of the stores then, before they run out then and you can't have it. So there's some things off the top of my mind on my list here. One of them is gardening tools. I think you're going to see more people gardening and making eggs and chicken eggs and stuff like that because eggs are very scarce right now, as everybody knows, and they're super expensive in some areas. So, and so it's foods. People are going to be looking to garden more, and so make sure you have your tools now because you can find lots of gardening tools now, and no one's buying them. Whether it be shovels, hoes, rakes, pickaxes, spades, whatever it is, trowels. Get everything you need now, and then get another one because remember, two is one is none. And if you have a family, bring them out with you gardening. It's great exercise. Get out in the sun. Get extra tools. So acquire all your tools for gardening. And then seeds. People don't start thinking about seeds until about March, maybe February. Then they're going to be sold out. Get them now or put your orders in now. So whatever seed you're growing, I would suggest getting heirloom seeds if you can because then you can harvest the seed yourselves. I did some videos last fall about how I harvested seeds from a lot of my crops so I can just grow them again next year. But I also do buy backup seeds in case those fail. So go through your whatever seed catalog you have or wherever you're at. Get all the seeds you need now, and you're going to store them in a cool, dark place. I store some in the freezer. I store some in closets. I have them in different places. But get all the seeds you can now, not for just what you're using next, this coming 2023 spring and summer, but maybe for a year or two. Buy plenty of seeds. And then you're going to rotate them out as you do this every year. I talked about chicken stuff. Raise chickens. I can't stress this enough. If you have the space and you're allowed to do it, get chickens. They're the easiest livestock pet, whatever you want to call it, to raise. They're very low maintenance, and they'll just start chucking out eggs, and you won't be paying those high prices. Look into getting chickens for their eggs. Do the research now. That way, when the chicks come out early spring, you grab some. You already have the coop built. You already have the feeders. You have the water. You have the heating lamp you need when they're chicks. You have all that stuff ready to go. You can start plucking them in there and let them start growing. Start thinking about cooling because it's going to get hot. Do you have fans, box fans, ceiling fans? Do you have portable air conditioner? ways to run this stuff? Do you have the power to run this stuff in the summer so you can stay cool? Start thinking about that now. Leads into solar. Good time right now to plan any solar upgrades, solar buys, solar generators, solar purchases. Start thinking about that now as well. Backup movement, backup transportation. Gas going to go up again, I believe, during summer. Going to get expensive, maybe scarce. So you need a backup to your vehicle and how you can get around, whether that be bus, train, ride share, whatever that might be. Also, maybe it's going to be a bike. You're going to get not only going to get healthier, but you're going to get a bike with a bike carrier on the back. You're going to figure out how you're going to do that. Make your own bike carrier. A lot of people are very creative at making their own vehicle, or like wagon to tow behind them, because you're going to go to the store and you're going to use that to get back and forth. But it's a bike is a great backup, and forbid the worst case scenario, grid down, EMP, vehicles don't work, no gas for vehicles. You have that transportation. Plus, it's great exercise. Think about bikes. Are your bikes ready? You have inner tubes. Do a bike maintenance this winter. Do a tune-up on all your bikes. All that stuff. Wire and fencing is the last thing out here. Whether it's for the chickens, your livestock, you're buying barbed wire for your defensive plan. You're putting up a new fence. You're repairing that fence. Things to keep animals both in or out, including the two-legged type of animals. So think about that kind of stuff. That's all I have off the top of my head, really, for right now for the prepper mentality of getting ready. But just this is the time right now to think about. Oh, it's always the time to think about it. Let me just say that the prepper mentality. Think about the current stuff. Have I done what I can do today for what's going now? But also, I'm going to think about the future and what's coming up. So just keep that going. Always think about that. 1 or 2 seasons ahead, you'll be ahead of the game. And when the shortages hit or the problem hits, you're going to be ready for it. So, like I said, leave a comment below with ideas you have. What do you do to keep your prepper mentality going, to keep your spirits up, to keep your mind sharp? Give your suggestions below for that. And until next time, keep your ear to the ground and head on a swivel.